what do you think working at that type of scale in the companies that you've worked for, what do you think that those organizations teach you that you can't learn anywhere else?
I think the things that, and I've worked for both smaller companies and really like some of the largest, right, companies. I think when you work for the really largest companies, it teaches you to really hone your skills at collaboration, at listening, at accepting and understanding other people's perspectives, and really trying to find that common ground, right? I think one thing that it's taught me over my years is that when you have many minds come together and you do collaborate effectively, that it really does produce the best end result. So, don't get me wrong, I have incredible, fantastic ideas, but when you combine those ideas with everybody else's and it's this mishmash of it all, that ends up producing the most beautiful, incredible things. And I think that when you work in super large companies, refining and honing that skill is probably one of the most important things that you can do.
I love it. Yeah. Okay. So I took a look at your LinkedIn profile. And look, we all can see incredible experience and impact you've had on all the companies that you work for. But you talked about developing greatness for the company, the customer, and the team. Those are three vastly
Mhm.
different things, right? And the things that they want are vastly different, right? So how do you actually hold all three in the work that you do every day?
It is true. Like every one of those are very, very different things, but they are so interdependent on each other, right? So, what's important to the company, right? I mean, revenue, meeting your targets, right? Having growth and share, increasing share growth as a company. Um, what's important to the customer, obviously that can be many different things, but a lot of times it's having those stable partners, having somebody that is going to invest in them and have, help them grow. And then with teams, it's really about empowering the teams. And I almost think of it as like funnel, right? Like if you can empower your team to be successful and to understand the customer, then you are helping that customer grow. And when you're helping that customer grow, that ultimately is helping the company's goals to grow, right? And to achieve their revenue and sales
Yep.
targets. So they are very, very different, but they also are very interdependent amongst each other. So
Um, what do you know now about this industry that you wish you had sold somebody earlier?
I think just the passion that people have. This isn't just a product for people to sell, right? And I've done that in my career life. It's a product to sell and it serves its purpose. And, it's like, it's best for all the right reasons to make people successful. But HVAC is really a lifestyle. You know,
There's no
if
doubt about
if you
that.
had asked me 20, 25 years ago, hey Robin, are you gonna end up in HVAC? And I've always been in building materials, new construction, like pretty much my entire career life. Like
Same.
HVAC was never on my bingo card, and now I've been sucked in, and I don't know how I'm getting out. um, because
Yes.
it really is like a lifestyle. It sucks you in, and then wake up years later, you're like, wow, I've been doing this for how long? But it's because people are so passionate about it, um, and they're passionate about it in a lot of different ways. They're passionate about the product, but they're also passionate about the people. And I think that that's part of what makes this industry special. And it's something that's been promoted more and more over the past few years too. And that just makes my heart happy seeing that. And there's a lot of unsung heroes in this industry. So I think just that passion that people have, for not only the industry, but the people in the industry. Um, I think it's something I never would have expected. Um, and it's something that honestly just, keeps you sucked in too. So in
Yeah.
good ways.
Yeah. Agree.